Good day, listeners. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Ali Mukhtar Deniji. I'm going to present Module 1, Course 6, which is on family business and succession planning. Now, first of all, we need to understand that most of the small businesses or most of the big businesses that we are seeing in Nigeria, they normally started as family business. We have heard the names of the Entatas, the Hebrews, the Okada, etc., etc. All these are names of family businesses that have grown. There are various definitions that were being given by various scholars as to what family business is all about. It is a business owned by family but run by non-family members or managers. It is a business that is being owned by large multinational corporations but run by a local family. Lona defines family business as one that will be passed on to the family next generation to manage and control. Likewise, Churchill also described a family business as a founder-operated business where there is anticipation that the business will be passed to the next generation. All these definitions, they are more centered to one precise form. That is, a family business suggests solely businesses that are owned and managed by family, either by the founder or any of his children, in most cases the eldest or first son. So what is the composition of a family business? Family business principals are actors. The business principal actors are related by kinship or marriage. Ownership is combined with managerial control and family relations, and ownership management are transferred to the next generation. In Nigeria, normally the male normally starts a family business and introduce other members to the business, even though this is changing, as we have seen how the event centers flourish in Kano State that are owned by some females, like the Sabi Bako's daughter, who owns a Mina event center. Now, most of the successful business Nigerian entrepreneurs like Hebrews, the Ibros, the Okada, the Entatas, they started with their business as a family-owned businesses. In the world, they contribute 75% of the whole GDP, and that is why we need to study about family businesses. Also, from the Fortune 500 companies, 33% of the USA companies are under family influence. In Canada, the turnover is up to 1.3 billion, according to a research that was conducted in 2003. Now, what are the strategies that can be used in order to achieve success? For family businesses to survive in the long term, they need to adopt the following strategies. As a startup, they need to have a vision and a detailed planning process that will detail how the family will capture new opportunities in their eyes. They also need to use what is referred to as a family corporate venture. They can adopt a strategy of building the business under a family business umbrella. Already maybe the eldest person in the family must have made name, or the father within the family has made name, so you can also come up with your own business using that name that is well known within a particular environment, like the Entata, for instance. Family corporate renewal. Here they need to be innovative. By so doing, they can easily launch new products or services. Then provision of family private cash. That is another strategy that can be adopted, whereby when they want to start up a business, funding may be through family private cash or contribution from members. Family investment funds. Funding can also be sourced from family surplus funds, which are pulled together from realized profit and kept for future investment. What are the important areas of concern for the success of a family business, and what is referred to as the 10 commandments of family business? One is induction and grooming, which entails guiding as well as training of new employees. Ownership structure, It's very simple, not complex, with clear line of authority and responsibility to avoid conflict. Preserving wealth for future generation. Unnecessary spending or extravagant lifestyle should be avoided. Conflict resolution mechanism should be put in place, whether formal or informal arrangement, with the intention of resolving the conflict. There has to be a business vision, strategy, and how the business is going to be governed. Succession plan must be put in place in order to ensure that the business continue to run up to perpetuity. Compensation and rewards for planning should also be in place. The workers should know how much are they going to get and what are they entitled for as far as incentives are concerned. Recruitment and reward for non-family professionals, this should also be sustained, and they should be highly enticing for those employees that are not family members, or for those that are highly professional people like the accountant, like the lawyers that are going to be employed. Retirement and estate planning should be there. Retirement planning is the accumulation of wealth to provide income and financial security in retirement. So estate planning focuses on wealth preservation and so on. So what are the challenges of family-owned businesses? They tend to assume that their past success will guarantee their future success. The legacy value attributed to the business does not translate into a market value or advantage. Risk profiles, they differ between senior and successor generations. Like the senior ones, they may be risk averters, whereas the successor ones, they may be risk takers. Difficulty to pass the responsibility of managing the firm into the hands of younger generations. At times, you may find out that in family businesses, there is lack of training from the leaders. Families, they build their first generation business on the founder's intuition. At times, you may find some businesses, family businesses especially, they are not trying to innovate. They don't normally think properly. They don't think in order to make new innovations as far as the business is concerned. They tend to rely more on what the founder has been doing for several years. Families rarely make use of same financial strategies as those used by fellow entrepreneurs to grow their businesses. Lack of training of new family members who join the business. Lack of outside opinion and diversity on how to operate. So we're going to look at culture and how is it going to affect family businesses. So culture is defined as a sum total of belief, rules, techniques, institutions, artifacts that characterize human population. It is seen as a formation of a system of symbols, norms, beliefs, meanings, which is transferred from one generation to another. A clear and simple definition of culture is that it is a total way of life of a people which is created over time. What is a society? A group of people who are bound together by a common culture. In today's business, it is an established fact that culture plays a vital role, or to a high degree influence the attitude, perception, as well as the decision-making process of an individual. So entrepreneurship is defined as a creation of new organization which is context dependent on the society's culture. So that is why Weber posits that the high rate of development recorded in the Western societies is relative to their culture of what? Individualism, ascetic, self-denial, positive attitude towards work, savings, and investment, which is lacking in our own culture here in Africa. It is obvious that culture plays a role in dictating the direction of entrepreneurship. For example, the Igbos. We have seen how the Igbos are highly entrepreneurial. It is because of their own culture, unlike what has been obtained in the northern part of Nigeria, whereby the children are relying more on their parent. So that also doesn't allow the spirit of entrepreneurship to grow in a person. So what are the Nigeria's cultural values? We have so much concern for value for community life, And we can see no matter how a civilized or a wealthy person is, he must always be present in his community as often as possible, especially during ceremonies or during festive period. They are expected, these big people are expected to come back home and register their presence with their community. Otherwise, they may have an issue. So, and at times, some people are even using their own community name as part of their name, like Atari Jiga, who is from Jiga, which is in Sokoto State, or Kebi, or Suleiman Takuma, or so many people that are bearing different names that are connoted with their community where they come from. Family is highly valued in Nigerian culture and is seen as the basis of existence. The man is the head of the family and is bestowed with the responsibility of catering to the welfare of his immediate family and extended relatives. Value for sacred and of religion. Generally, African culture religion is an integral part of culture and not as an independent institution. Value for old age. In African culture, we have respect for older people, and the way we even greeted them, we normally prostrate in order to greet them, and we normally ascribe titles to more important people within the society. Value for acceptance and hospitality. Nigerians are open-minded people. They receive foreigners with affection. So in part of the Igbo land, it is even a taboo to reject a visitor. As we have said, it is Nigerians are open-minded and value hospitality and relationship as part of service to humanity, and man must not be overruled. How can the cultural background of the community above affect family business? It may affect the family business in the following areas: work days available for operation. In some communities, especially in Africa, some days are held sacrosanct and no work can be done in them. Gender structure of the workforce. Women are relegated to the house chorus in some societies. This greatly puts them in a disadvantaged position in holding any roles in the family business. In the African typical culture, women are not allowed to go for work. Their work is normally be in the house. That is what some cultures are doing up to this moment. They don't allow the women to go out. They said women's work should be in her kitchen, in her house. So the nature of investment also, not every business is permissible in different culture settings. In a Muslim community setting, setting up a financial company for the purpose of lending money is not allowed. In some others, women are not allowed to engage in trades. Succession in the business. There are communities in Nigeria where women are not considered as inheritance, and the pastor normally usually inherit all the assets that have been left by their parent. So in other words, women have been inherited in some families in Nigeria. In some cultures, and that may affect the women's entrepreneurial trait, or the women's entrepreneurial interest to go into setting up businesses, because they themselves are seen as an asset. So advantage of a family business: it strengthens the relationship during a period of business challenge, financial sacrifice that family members make for the good of the firm, higher level of concern for its community and non-family employees, emphasis on quality and value. What are the disadvantages of family business? Conflict among family members may result in failure of the business. Nepotism is there also. No matter how competent you are, if you are not part and parcel of that particular family, you may not reach a certain level or stage as far as your career is concerned. Family traditions versus business needs to innovate and seize opportunities. Unity and cooperation of family members versus business needs. Family loyalty plus the necessity to provide opportunities for non-family employees. No matter how much you put your best in as much as you are a non-family member, they may have a problem. So we're going to look at topic 3, which has to do with the strategies for coping with relationship issues in family-owned business. So when there are problems, how are they going to be tackled? Maybe the family should go on a retreat, or a family council should be organized in order to discuss periodically about family related issues, or there may be a family business constitution which should be enacted so that every other member of the family has to follow, like just a memorandum of association or understanding among the family members. Succession planning. It refers to the process of transferring managerial control from one leader to another, or to generation upon generation. It entails the transfer of a commercial investment of any type from the owner founder to his prospective survivors, such as wife and children, or members of a compound family in a polygamous household, namely wives and children. Buy or sell agreement is used to transfer share ownership for buy and sell agreement. This agreement is established between related parties and shareholders in a family business. It is an agreement to transfer a business interest or hire to transfer a business interest for less than fair market value. The agreement is set in such a way that it is part of the business arrangement. So the business can be constructed in such a way that it is used to transfer, it can be used in order to transfer, buy, or to sell an agreement that has been enacted within a family business. As I have said, it is an agreement which is established between related parties on how to buy or to sell the agreement of that has been put in place by the family members. Now, what are the ways to ease transition process? We must hire most competent advisors. Business valuation should be done, and at the same time, funding to be considered as part of the succession plan. This involves the issue that is very important, that may need to put in place the transition cost, as well as the tax, the insurance, the professional advisors. Funds available for expansion should be retained in the process for the transition. So the funding to be considered as part of the succession plan includes the tax that is being incurred, the insurance covers that is going to be paid, as well as available funds should be set aside or should be retained so that it can be used during the transition process. Now, what are the problems of family business? Lack of focus and strategy. Family business initially performed in effective manner, but at later point of time, when aspect of transition comes into picture, family business tend to lose its track for its actual vision. Lack of professionalism. Data maintenance practice in family business usually will not be at par with what is being obtained in private companies. Difference in education levels of family members, which drive some people to follow obsolete method, while others may focus on implementing the latest technology and practice in business. This may bring about a problem within the family members. While some are well educated, they want to take calculated risks. Others, because of the lack of education, they may tend to be bringing those that are having this vision and innovative ideas in them down. Rivalry may also exist within the family members. Difference of attitude towards employees in the company may also bring about a problem. Inability to separate family interests from the interest of the business. Short-term approach towards businesses leading to an absence of investment in employees and product development. Insensitivity towards customers due to uncompetitive market resulting in weaker market skills. So thank you for listening. That's all I have for you as far as this module is concerned. Thank you.